Hello, Bumpy McSquigums here, and I am about to embark and start off. This is the first episode, the first offering, the birth of F2PP, and that is the free-to-play Phenoms. And, well, I'm essentially going to cover or do a review each week of a free-to-play game, and kind of give them a little bit of exposure, and kind of give you the breakdown of how it works, and show you some of the gameplay and whatnot, and tell you what I like and don't like about the game. So, the first game I'm going to be covering is TrackRacing Online. Soulkey has actually messaged me and asked me to cover this game a couple of weeks back, actually right before I went on vacation, and I'm just now getting around to it, so I do apologize for the delay to you, Soulkey. But he asked me to cover this game, and I have come up with this idea of the F2PP, and I've decided that yes, you will be the perfect victim to be first, or the perfect game to cover first. So it's a free-to-play game, and I will have all the information of where to find it and how to play it down below in the description, and we're just going to jump right in. So I played maybe an hour and a half of the game so far. We'll take a look. I've unlocked a few different cars. This is your starting car. I've unlocked this one, and this one, and this one, and I haven't quite got to that one just yet. 2 more medals, and I will unlock it. There are no microtransactions, and well, the game's actually quite fun. Now, the recording might not look up to par with what I normally do, and that's not the game's fault, that's my recording software. Apparently has some issue. When I go to full screen mode, the game plays just like you would install a game on your computer and play it. Plays just like that, though this is a web browser-based game. So keep in mind that, but it plays like a regular game. So there's really no problem with that, and I don't know, it's quite a bit of fun, but we'll take a look. Just to show you there's quite a bit here. I mean, there's several cars you can unlock. Oop, there we go, I jumped over this one. And there's your end game car. When you get 150 medals, you can unlock that. It shows you when you come in first, you get all 3 medals, and if you play alone, you always get 1 medal. Now, I played the multiplayer a little bit, and we'll test that before we leave in this review, or the first episode of F2PP, the free-to-play phenomenons. So we'll start with the starting car. We'll go and we start at the very easy level. As you see, I've gone through, and you compete with other people's essentially time trial. That's how this works. So we'll take a look at the first one. Looks like I'm missing the first one. Alright, we'll take a look at AO2. Alright, so you can go up against 6 racers, 3 or 0. If you go up against 6, there's other things you can check there. So we'll take a look here, and we'll race up against. There's a pretty good chance I'm going to lose this because other people have just ridiculously fast vehicles that I don't have just yet. And it's okay. I mean, it's a fun game. It's not one that you have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours playing. But you can go spend 5, 10, 15 minutes and, you know, get your fix for some adrenaline. I obviously wasn't going to win first. The car just isn't fast enough, but I did okay. I placed 5th out of 7th. We'll do that again real quick just to show you kind of the different game modes. We'll go with 3 racers. Hopefully we'll do a little bit better. And there we go. And we're off. And it looks like we're not going to be doing much better, to be honest. And playing on the smaller screen, how I had to get this to actually work is a little bit hindering on my ability to see, but I think I'll still manage to be able to showcase this game just fine. And there we go. So we finished 3 out of 4. Not the greatest, not the worst. Alright guys, so you saw the first race. We'll do it one more time with no racers and see what we're up against. And we're off. So it's pretty high speed, it's fast, the controls seem pretty nice. I mean, I can't say I can complain about the controls too much. I can complain about my own driving a little bit, but this is in the rain, so it handles a little differently than it has in the past. Whoa. That was a really hard raindrop there. Just like took the front fender off of my poor little car here. And I did a little bit of sliding around there. But I still managed to get first place out of the 4 people that I was up against their time trials. So if you're like me and you get distracted by pretty cars and things of that nature, it's probably good for you to race without other players being on your screen. So you have the simple quick tracks, and then you have the longer drive like a maniac through several laps tracks. So this is a 3-lap track, and there's a lot of customization, a lot of stuff in this game. There's a lot here, especially for a free-to-play game. It is quite, well, I don't know, I want to say the word robust. There's quite a lot of meat here. And, well, I gotta say, I'm very impressed with the game. I'm I'm a hot and cold racing fan. There's times where I feel, sorry about that guys, there's times I feel very, very much like I want to race cars, I want to drive, I want to play a racing game. Then there's other times where, that's just not my thing, I don't want to get into it. Because generally racing games take a very long period of time, and yeah, it gets a little repetitive, but that's the nature of racing games, and most games do get repetitive to boot anyhow. So, as you see, I'm not doing absolutely fantastic. I have won the gold medal on this. I have done it without hitting a wall. I've done several things in my solo experience, but like I told you guys, I cannot record in full screen mode, so this is quite a bit harder to do than it was when I was playing on my own to kind of get a feel for the game. Still, I didn't do too bad. I finished, what, second? Yeah, second out of fourth. I probably could at least get, yeah, I could definitely beat the first place. As you see, my last time was a minute 3. This was a minute 7, so. But the game is pretty fun. The controls are very responsive, and there, like I said, there's a lot here. So you go through the very easy maps, and as you see, I've gone through all of them. Then there's easy, and the more medals you unlock, the more maps you unlock. Then there's normal, hard, extreme, and then the very cool thing is there's a lot of user-based maps as well. And I played through 2 of them, I believe, and I won the gold on one of them actually, so that was pretty cool. Now, it seems that only a few people are creating maps now, but there are map editing tools, and you can create your own map. And that kind of leaves endless possibilities for the game, because there's always going to be people going, no, I think I could design a better map. How would I do that? And they have the ability to do so. So there's a lot here. We'll hop into a normal map at this point. And this was kind of neat. So the maps can get kind of crazy, for lack of a better term. So we'll take a look at this one. And this took me a while to actually figure out. So you start off, just like you do in most of the races, and then you have this. Now what I did was I tried to jump to the right, but what you actually need to do is go up and over the blimps, and then hopefully you had enough speed that you don't do that. So that didn't work for me, so I'm going to restart. Apparently my angle was wrong. And I don't know if you have infinite restarts or what the case is, but I've been able to restart every time I've tried. And it's quite fun, and I think I'm not going to make it again. Oh, I did make it. Well, there you go. And that's how you get through that map right there, and it's pretty cool. It's a nice, interesting little dealie. I did finish in first once. I haven't tried these 2 yet, so we'll give this one a shot just to kind of see. We'll do it with 3 racers. Now, there doesn't seem to be any collision or anything like that, but it is a little mind-numbing, I guess, or messes with your mind a little to see cars just fly past you and know you're never going to catch up to them. Or see what they... Oh, no, okay, I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh, there's a hole in the ground. Oh, I'm catching up. See, look, I'm catching... Oh, I hit a wall. And that car just went flying past me. But, as you can see, they have this feature, and a lot of people hate this in racing games. Me, I don't know. I'm not really 100% decided one way or the other. It's kind of nice to not have your entire race ruined by one stupid mistake, but at the same time, it does feel a little like cheating. I won't lie to you on that front. No, not too bad. I finished in second. You know what? We're going to restart that, though. To me, second's not good enough, and considering I was able to keep up with these guys, even though they had the faster cars, I feel if I make a few less mistakes, or start off making even more, that maybe, just maybe, I might actually do okay in this particular race. And maybe I can get the first place win. The tallest spot on the podium, but right now it's not looking good, and, well, it's because I'm terrible. In fact, I am now in last place, but I have moved up back into third. And try as I might, it doesn't look like I'm going to be finishing in the first place win. We'll try it one more time, guys, just to see if I can get my head on my shoulders right and stop making stupid mistakes. No promises, though. Absolutely no promises. Alright. So far, so good. And I've made some good choices thus far. Will I be able to continue to do so? I don't know. Nope. Nope, that was a definite negatory on that good choice. Award. Oh, we're still moving. We have some potential here, ladies and gentlemen. Will we be able to succeed with the slow, lame car to get the W? And it looks like we will. Alright, so there you go. There's a little bit of competitive nature to the game, but it's more fun than it is competitive. There are things I like and things I don't like about the game, but we'll hold off on that until the end of the game. So there we go. My current time was better than my last, so that's good, and I won first place. So that unlocks all the medals. And every time you unlock a car, well, I thought so anyway, maybe I'm wrong in that. I thought it showed you, it said, hey, you unlocked a car, do you want to check it out? And normally you're like, yeah, show me. Alright, so let's take a look. Okay. Is it this car I unlocked? It was. So here we are. Top speed's a little lower, but the acceleration, the handling, the drifting seems to be... Well, the handling... Alright, so the difference between this car and that car is it seems to have a little bit better on the drift. We'll switch it to that one and give it a shot. Alright, so we're going to hop back in. And we'll do, I don't know, we'll do a user-based map, and we'll give that to... I don't know. We'll say, we'll go to random shite. And we'll do it with 0. I don't like the clutter of other cars. I think I'd prefer to be alone in my race. We'll check the multiplayer later. Ooh, there's water. Now, some of the maps allow you to actually have nitrous, which is kind of a cool feature. And, like I said, the maps get pretty crazy. And right there, we did a big loop. And I don't know what's happening, and I'm quite scared right now. And it looks like we're going to be doing some more loops. So this is a pretty cool map series. Oh no, what is happening? Am I going the right way? Am I going the... Oh, I did it! Who's on first? I don't know, but I'm racing. Alright, so this looks like it's a speed burst. Oh my goodness! So yeah, definitely some excitement. Some cool moves. Oh! Look at that. I don't know. I finished in 3rd, but... That's okay. That was a pretty cool map. I'm going to give that one a 4-star rating. And we got another medal for it, so... Pretty cool. And, again, you can be as crazy and outrageous as you want to be in your random maps that you make. So now we're going to do the multiplayer. There's 2-player split screen, so if you and a buddy want to play, you're more than welcome to. Alright, so let's take a look at the multiplayer, the beta. It's still in beta, the multiplayer, so we'll take a look. And while we do this, I'll go over the things that I like and I don't particularly like about the game. I would say the pros or the things I like totally outweigh the things I don't like, or the cons, if you will. Alright, so I don't know what this map is going to entail, but we're going to get started and jump right in. And we're going to go over things real quick. Alright, so as it stands, the game is quite a bit of fun. And it's actually surprisingly enjoyable. I was a little hesitant. I'm hot or cold on racing games, so like I said, it takes a bit to actually let me enjoy a racing game because, well, I had to be in the mood for it. And this game really didn't force me to play it. You know, it's not like a, oh, I have to play it type thing. It's fun, and you can only commit a certain amount of time and be done with the game. Or you can commit a lot, and you get whatever you put into the game out of the game. There's no microtransactions, and that's something I like quite a bit. Another thing that I like is the controls are very responsive. You know what you're getting into, you know what you're doing. Alright, so we're going to continue right there. We'll restart. There's tons of maps. The developer has plenty of maps already out there. It is a port and a web-based game from, say, Android system, I think is where it came from. And usually I'm hesitant to play those because they're not that great. But in full screen mode, this game plays just like it's something you bought and you installed on your computer. So I'm very happy with that. Very impressed with that too, in fact, because that's not always the easiest thing to do. I'm surviving. The game's fast-paced. It's, you know, a little bit of adrenaline flowing through you. It's different than most racing games, so it's got its own unique thing. I guess it's something similar to probably Trackmania or something along those lines. The fact that it has a rewind feature, there's times where I really, really don't like that mechanic, and there's other times where I'm like, you know, I could totally ruin this entire race by one mistake. You know, and that's life. But I don't necessarily have to do that. So, what if I have the rewind feature and I'm able to just correct the one mistake that I made? Oftentimes it feels like cheating to me, but it's nice to have it there. I mean, if you don't like it, don't use it. It's that simple. The fact that there's time trials and you don't have to race with other people, there's less distractions, there's things you can add to make it more challenging, there's several difficulty levels, there's several difficulty levels just on the maps alone, plus extra things you can add like rain and other stuff. There's a lot here. There is a lot to this game, and I'm very impressed and I'm very happy about that. That's one of the things I like very much. I like that it has controller support, and, well, that's what I'm playing on right now. The things that I don't like, well, for one, I don't like that my software doesn't like this game. Alright, well, there you go. Finished second that time. That my recording software doesn't want to work with this, but that's part of the web browser game. But, again, that's not the game's fault, that's my software. And, again, that's the only no, I'm kidding. There are a few things I don't like. One being, you have controller support, but you have no way of customizing the controls unless there's something really dumb that I'm doing and I'm just not seeing it. A few other things I don't particularly like. I don't like some of the bounce out mechanics, things like that you just saw right there. I'm not a huge fan of being able to fly out of there. But, I mean, there's going to be maps where there's no walls and things like that. So, I mean, it's a small gripe. Like if I hit a wall, I expect to kind of flip, but generally you don't hit a wall and fly over the wall. So some of the, I don't know, the physics might be a little bit off, but again, that kind of lends itself toward the very cool customization of the maps. So I can't complain too much about that. And overall, I find the game very enjoyable. So really, it's just the lack of customizing your controls is the big downside to me. That would be probably the only suggestion I would make. Not that not that anyone would listen to me, especially after they see how poorly I drive in this game. But maybe work on being able to customize the controls a little bit, because I don't think I can drift with my controller. I can't change the camera, and I guess there's one other thing I don't like, and that's I can't navigate the menus with my controller in the game. So when I go between each race or I want to change what I'm doing, I have to use the mouse. It's not a big deal, and it's definitely not game breaking, but it would be nice that since I do use a controller for this, that's all I'd have to use. I wouldn't have to switch over to my mouse and actually select, okay, I want to go here, I want to select this race, you know, just be able to select it with your controller and hit a button and go. But I mean, really, those are small things, and those are things that I believe the developer can definitely work on without having much issue. So, yeah, I think it's a definitely, guys. You hear that? No, I definitely think it's a great game. One worth checking out. One that's, well, like I said, it's quite a bit of fun. There's a lot here. There's a little bit for everybody, including that post right there that just completely and totally annihilated me. See, I was trying to avoid doing that, and instead I plowed right into the post like a complete noob. But yeah, there's a lot here for everybody. I mean, you got the crazy, weird, upside-down physics and driving sideways and doing crazy jumps and all sorts of stuff. Create your own maps. I mean, if you're the creative type, there you go. You have that working for you. And just racing in general. Like I said, it's fun. There's cars to unlock and no microtransactions. So I definitely give this a thumbs up, in my opinion. This is a very, very good free-to-play game. And you can check it out on, I believe it's congregate.com. And you can check out TrackRacing Online, or TRO. And I want to thank SoulKey for sending me this invite to play his game and do a review of it. It fits perfectly with the F2PP series that I started up, and I figured I would give him first crack at it. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this series. I'm going to try to put this out each and every week, and it will be on Sunday. And, well, hopefully it picks up some steam, and you guys will see some of the favorite free-to-play games that you play now, or maybe some new ones that you didn't know about. Either way, I'll check back with you guys next week. My name is Bumpy McSquigums, and I will see you later.